Look a lot.
Oh my gosh, live? Oh shit.
Are we doing this live?
It's Thursday, brother.
Fuck it.
Ready? Yeah! Welcome to Drinkin' Bros Fake News. Again, Hans Zimmer did that. Hans Zimmer has recorded that for us personally, and then we have to give him credit. That is a law.
Yes.
That is actually a law. That is the only reason why we tell you. D'Anthony, you look very spry today. What are you wearing over there?
It's a hoodie.
Man, is that a Drinkin' Bros hoodie?
It is, yeah.
Is that a penis coming?
Ooh,
Oh no,
who
that's a
made
bottle. That's a bottle, right?
Did Nine Line make those?
These are dicks, though. I mean, this. Yes, they did. Nine Line made these, but this is a dick.
Yep.
Okay.
Dick and balls.
Is
Yes.
it kind of like a fun game of finding the
It
dick
is.
and balls? That's
You have
cool.
to find the dick and balls
like that.
in there.
I like it.
It's got like a jersey style hood, and then has it got room for a bottle in there? There it is. You can pop in a White Claw, dude. Look at that. When are those going to be available?
I don't know yet, but we're going to be wearing them this weekend in Philly.
I'm amped. Look, Drinkin' Bros, we have a store, obviously, drinkinbros.com, where you can buy T-shirts. They're super cheap. They're like $19.99. And these hoodies will be in there soon. We're also working on some mugs, some shot glasses, and just some fun for the whole fucking family.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
Real fun. Woo! Jabes, that's a bright yellow today.
Yeah.
You're not afraid to wear a bright yellow to the world.
No, I've been trying it lately, and then Dan at one point told me it was my color, so then obviously I'm going to wear it forever.
Sure.
All the time.
Yeah. You look nice in that yellow.
Thank you.
Really nice.
Thanks so much.
I'm wearing a Golden Girls Christmas sweater.
It's definitely...
I almost sang
It's funny.
Show Me That Smile Again.
That's the
That's the wrong show.
Yeah.
But what I forgot was, Dan, because when we go on the road, we record a lot of shows back to back. So I wanted to lead off with this. I don't know what happened the other day. It was a wild show we did with Tiffany Hart.
Okay.
And we ended on the death of our favorite Growing Pains character.
Boner.
Boner, yeah. And just left it with him hanging himself in a park in Vancouver.
Oh gosh, when did this happen?
2010,
yesterday's.
Oh.
Yeah. He's been
It was
dead
a
for a
long time
while.
ago.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
okay,
been dead for a
okay,
while.
okay.
But we just ended the show on that, and the people who stuck around for that crazy fucking show, man, have been sending me messages of like, that was the most hilarious dark ending to a Drinking Bros that I've ever
It was weird.
encountered.
It was weird because we were trying to end it on a light note about the guy's name being Boner, but it turned out to be a suicide. So
Yes.
what are you going to do?
So you just left it.
We were
I'm, like,
looking
seeing
at the
myself in
Drinking
the live
Bro
and, like,
of the
changing.
week,
Yeah.
and we don't know what these stories are going to be because we like to read them live, so they're
Sure.
fresh, right?
Sure.
And this happened to be a tragic death, and we didn't know, and then all of a sudden we got to talking about Growing Pains. The guy's last name was Bonar, or we don't have a
Bonner.
Bonner. Well, we don't know. We don't know yet.
It's
He hasn't
B-O-N-A-R.
written back in.
I'm sure it was Bonner. Yeah.
It's Bonar.
Yeah,
it's
Bonner.
It's tough. It could be Bonar.
Nope.
Yep. Either way, that led us to the most famous character in television history with the name of Boner, which is
Was he the only
the
character with the name Boner?
Richard T. Stabone. Yes, that was his full character name, nickname Boner.
They
Obviously,
should have called him Captain Stavin, to be honest.
No, I'm sure that was on the list, and then ABC probably nuked that.
Yeah, but they went with Boner instead. Makes sense.
Went with Boner because it used to be a fun little nickname for if you made a mistake.
Yeah, don't be a fucking
Oops,
boner.
I popped a boner. Oh, that was a boner. That was a real boner
When was
move.
this?
A long time ago, and then it moved
Like in
over
Welcome
to
Back, Cotter?
a dick. Yeah, yeah. So,
Boner etymology.
I'm really captivated by
It comes from bonehead.
Yeah,
Actually.
there it is.
And
So
where does Bonehead come from?
pirates.
Then we'll just go down that.
Yeah, Aborigines.
Yeah.
You can
Go down that
go a
rabbit
lot of
hole.
places with that,
Sure.
Jabes. But
Sure.
either way, when he said it, I said, "Look, man, Boner fucking died, man. He killed himself, and it was pretty
End of
weird."
show.
Yeah, and I said,
Cut to black.
because we had nowhere to go at that point. We didn't. It was just two back to back.
It's like that. If you were a rat in a lab and you were trying to go through a maze, right? You get to the end, but it's not the real end. There's no exit point. You're like, you know what? Fuck this. And you just blow your brains out all over the side.
You've got to just end the show.
Like that's it, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, the rat wouldn't be able to hold a gun up.
Yeah,
to
there
its
was
head,
I had a couple questions with that
Well, he could
analogy,
chew
but I'm gonna just leave it.
Could chew his own legs off and bleed out or something. He's going to commit suicide.
Okay,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Rats
yeah.
can't handle failure like that.
Right.
And,
Really?
Apparently, neither could this guy who killed himself because fucking killed himself.
Well,
Right?
that's Richard
What kind
T.
of
Stabone for you.
failure
Yeah.
did we don't know.
Well,
we
he-
have many questions.
No.
The peak of his career was being a child named Boner.
Yeah, so I think it was a lifetime of failure for sure. Yeah.
No, it's not.
I
Those
mean-
growing pains residuals are still coming in.
They probably were at
think?
that point, yeah.
Yeah.
God, at that point though, they were probably like 0.03.
He was getting 30 cents a show, but
Oh,
whatever,
okay.
man.
You
You
still
know?
get that check to remind you of your.
Still get that check, one. Two, the other thing about it is with the I don't want to say resurgence, I guess, but kind of Comic-Cons where they just keep popping up everywhere. They book you out for all this shit. I did
you can make a little bit of a living.
Oh, dude, I did a gig with when the first book came out, "A Night She Cries While He Rides a Steed." They sent me on a couple of those things, and it was with the guy from Christmas Story who stuck his tongue on the light pole.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
He's a fairly-
Schwartz,
Okay.
and
Not the main guy, because he's a fairly
no.
successful
Peter Billingsley
director.
is
Yeah.
crazy successful.
Yeah,
He's actually
yeah.
Vince Vaughn's producing partner.
Yeah.
If you go through the main kid, Ralphie, he's had an unbelievable career.
really
He's directed
worked it
movies
out,
and
yeah.
he's directed TV shows. He's really.
I want to go to a has-been con one time.
Yes, yeah. So here's what happened, right? So I ended up talking to Schwartz
Sure,
for
Schwartzy.
an hour, right? And
Mm-hmm.
he's just travels with his little dog on the road, and he was like, "Man, I want you to write my book." And I was like, "Oh, have you had a crazy life?" And he goes, "Oh man, I was a porn star after this." And I was like, "Whoa,
Okay.
okay,
Scott, you're talking about Scott Schwartz.
yeah," and was not expecting that. He was a porn star, and then he was a band manager for all these rock bands. And he goes, "Dude, the drugs, the women, it was all crazy." And he goes, "I was like, why did you want to do any of this?" And he goes, "Well, I mean, I just want to live my life out to the fullest." And I was like,
I mean,
"Well, you have." And I was like, "What do you do now?" And he goes, This is it, man. I just travel around and do these, and I make a pretty decent living." And I was like, "Well, shit."
yeah, he may be doing it right.
So
Sounds
Boner,
like he's pretty happy.
yeah, because they pay for you and all that shit, and you show up, and so Boner could have hung around, I think.
They give you some potato skin cash and a hotel room, right?
Oh yeah,
What does that mean?
They give you like a little bit of money to get food
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
drinks.
Like
and
a per
then-
diem.
30, yeah.
No, it's just the amount that you get paid is like you probably spend it all in food and drink while you're there. Do you know what I mean? It's like just enough that if you weren't out of town, you're like, if someone just handed you that amount of cash, you'd be like, oh, sweet. But since
Yeah.
you're out of town, you still need to eat, you still need to drink and like go, you know, you're probably going to spend all of it.
Yeah.
Potato
Potatoes.
skin.
Cash.
What does that mean?
But say you can buy some skins
You can
from
go
the
down
hotel
and get
bar.
some skins
Go
from
down
bar.
to the hotel bar, get some potato skins for yourself. It's about that kind of cash.
Is
about
this a
30
phrase
bucks.
that you've made up or?
Yeah,
what?
and I just thought of it now, and now the more that you're like asking me about it, I realize that it's stupid. But when I first said it, I was like, it's like it made sense to me in my mind, but I realized that it probably didn't. It wasn't a universal phrase, right? Like it's something like you don't even get potato. Oh yes, you do.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually had potato skins with you.
With Dan, yeah.
At
Champs.
Champs, yeah.
Yeah, I love the skins at
Hard-hitting
Champs.
news
I love
right now,
the sour cream at Champs.
Sure.
Goddamn right. What we like to do, kids, before we give you the hard-hitting news of the week, is give you a little personal info on ourselves.
Yeah, it's
And
called
I
the cold open.
I feel that we have. I feel that we have.
Do you feel like we've sufficiently cold opened?
Yeah, nice,
okay.
nice cold open. Almost freezing inside. It's cold enough to get a jacket for the winter, Alec.
Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
Oh, we love
We've
him.
got a
Well,
lot of traveling to do with these two gentlemen.
kids, one of our producers is Alec. You'll get to meet him up in Philadelphia this weekend. Come tomorrow. Tomorrow night at the Brick Wall Tavern. We will be there around 5:30 setting up for the show. Very special guest, Medal of Honor recipient Florence Groberg will be there with us. There's some storms, so hopefully there's nothing wrong with our plane. But that's Friday nights at Brick Wall Tavern in Philadelphia.
Richie.
And then Saturday, Richie. Yeah, I could Richie out on you. At least you got a fat insurance policy waiting on you, Jabes. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Obviously, you won't take another lover.
No, not for at least 10 days.
No.
We need 10
probably,
days to grieve.
Probably
yeah.
10, 15 years, maybe never. And then Saturday, we will be live from the Army-Navy game in Philadelphia outside of Lincoln Financial Field. We're coming to you guys. We're with all the Drinkin' Bros. This is one of our favorite spots to tailgate in the nation, and we will be in Lot MN. Just think of Eminem, the rapper Eminem.
With Freddie or no? Are you guys hanging with
We're waiting to hear back.
We're waiting to hear back from Freddie. We'll know tomorrow on Freddie, but there is rain in the forecast.
Okay.
So we will be underneath a canopy. Hopefully it passes. But you can come on out and see us then, and we're going to light it the fuck up. Last year there was some Jell-O shots stuffed up people's anuses. Mm-hmm. Jared will be there. He is en route. He's got a nice drive from Savannah all the way up.
Yeah, they're down there at the. He and Matt are down at the. I think Evan's
line.
actually there too. They're in Savannah right now.
Yes, Matt's doing a book signing for "Thank You for My Service." If you haven't bought that, it's a great stocking stuffer. You can get that on Amazon. It'll be there in 48 hours to your house. Let's get to the news, shall we? First up, Dan's favorite person, Greta. Is it Thunberg? Am I saying that right?
I don't think.
Is it Thunberg?
I have no idea.
Oh.
She's Swedish, right? She's got a Swedish name. Is she Swedish?
Maybe Norwegian. I don't know.
Whatever. She's not from here.
She's Swedish,
It's
right?
Thunberg in America, so
Yeah,
we'll go
she's
with
Swedish.
it. We'll go with it. Look, she's the 16-year-old with the heart of gold who captured the world's attention when she made a angry climate speech. She just got named as Time's Person of the Year. She's on the cover. Your thoughts on that? Because she always seems to be angry.
I can't really say much about that.
That she's angry?
Yeah, because I'm always angry.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, but the two of you have something in common. You both have Asperger's.
We're both 16. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're
I just look
We're
really,
both into other 16-year-olds.
Ooh.
Whoa, hi-oh.
Calm down.
Hi-oh, getting a
Everybody
little R.
knows
Kelly
what's
in
real
there.
and what isn't real.
Dan Kelly. What?
D. Kelly?
D. Kelly?
Oof. Yeah, she's all right. She's just a child. She doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about.
Which is weird, right? Because who's going to take lessons on climate and social economic change than a fucking 16-year-old from Sweden?
Well, we've talked about it before.
We have, and so my thoughts are on this, right? She got put on time. It feels like a plant to me. What about you?
When you say plant, what do you mean?
It's just a lightning rod for controversy where it'll get everybody talking, everybody to buy the magazine. Print is dying for as far as magazines go. To me, it just seems like a publicity stunt. Like she made one speech, right, at the UN. There's a lot of other heroes, actual heroes out there in the world who are saving lives and making a difference. I would have been fine if you would have put Conan, the dog, on there.
Didn't
as
you
the
put
person of
something
the
on
year.
your Instagram of like all the other people that probably...
Yeah, it was
Should
the
have.
37 police officers who
Yeah.
died in line of duty this year.
Yeah, why not put them
No.
on the cover
Oh.
of Time? I don't understand.
You put like different people that should have been considered.
Yeah. So to me, when you do this, it's just more or less a publicity stunt to sell magazines. I would have rather seen somebody else on there, but what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, they use it often to make a political statement. The problem with making political statements is that they're often couched in very shallow ideology. Like, people research only as far as their bias needs to be confirmed. So, I mean, we've talked about this at length in the past, but for the most part, all these apocalyptic, over the last 50 years, all these apocalyptic predictions made by climate science, none of them have happened. So that is what science is. It's coming up with a theory based on evidence, right? An educated guess, for lack of a better phrase, that is testable, and you test it and see what happens. Well, the last 50 years, we've tested it by allowing these people who are supposed to be objective observers make observations, and the tests have failed, right? Which is unfortunate because chances are there is a lot we can do to be better stewards of our planet, but when it's so tied up in political nonsense, we don't know what's real and what's not.
Right.
Like, for example, the recycling you do at your home is pointless. Until major corporations start recycling, the stuff you do in your home doesn't matter. It is literally 0.01%.
None of that, but in here in this city, little known fact, they don't have enough manpower here. So you're putting out that blue can filled with shit, and it's just going into the dump the same as every other place.
Well, they used to send it to China, right? And then very recently, China was like, no, thank you. We don't want your shit anymore. And so now it's just getting backed up here and going basically in the landfill.
Yeah, because they don't have enough manpower to deal with all of this shit.
Yeah. So we used to send it to China. They would sort it and actually use it and recycle it and make things out of it. And we just now that train has stopped basically, and we are just filling up with trash in our own country, which is, how it goes.
Yeah.
Piss
So
off somebody.
Asperger's has been trending all day on Twitter, Dan. It was one of those things Trump tweeted out, hey, this girl needs some anger management classes and just chill a little bit, Greta. You're obviously the expert here on Asperger's. Is that true? What's because to me, when I saw her speech, I didn't know she had Asperger's, and she just seemed angry and pissed off, and it seemed weird out of a 16-year-old, and it was hard for me to put it into.
Yeah. It is and it isn't weird. Like, if you truly, it's the same thing with religious people. Like, if you truly believe that if you don't do something, you or your children or your family are going to be in literal torment forever, you're probably going to do some wacky shit based on that fundamental information.
Okay.
And for her, she's a child. At the time, I believe she was 15 when she made that speech. There's no way that she has any kind of real context or institutional knowledge of climate science at that age. There's no way. She's been jazzed up by her family more than likely, and just the media in general. Like this woman, this child, if she was an adult, it would be so audacious, the things she says. When she's sitting in a fucking $9,000 chair that her parents bought for her, saying that she's been robbed of her fucking childhood. Give me a goddamn break.
Is that real? It was a $9,000 chair?
Yeah, there's actually it started out as a meme, but somebody fact checked it. Like, she's sitting in her in her parents' house, and there's like a $3,000 chair and a $9,000 chair in there. Like, oh, sorry for robbing you of your childhood.
Yeah.
Right. But that's how it is. I mean, the more comfortable we become economically, the more comfortable we become with regard to just the basic human needs, security, shelter, all that shit.
Yeah.
Then we can start focusing on other dumb shit.
Yeah, we start fucking looking inward first at ourselves, and then we start looking inward on society and trying to figure out what's going wrong. And that was a good thing in the 1950s, right, when we were getting rid of Jim Crow laws and all this other bullshit. Now it's like there's got to be a point where that ends, right? Like, there's got to be some new struggle. I think human beings need to struggle to be motivated and happy. I don't think everything can just go. It's like in the Matrix. They tried to make a perfect world in the Matrix, and people were rejecting the programming. I think that's people do that. Things get too good, and then we're like, well, there's no goal. And like, we're just from our DNA, we're meant to struggle.
They do kind of romanticize the 60s, right, where they were protesting Vietnam, and they were really making a difference, and they made it look like this, great time. Because I remember
over a horrific war,
right? But I remember being younger, being like, man, we don't fucking have anything like that now. You know what I mean? And that kind of goes along with what Dan said, where we're just trying to figure out, because that was so cool that they actually or civil rights movement or whatever, that was a lot more violent and tragic. But the Vietnam War, free love 60s shit, everything that you see of it is oh man, they really had a purpose, didn't they?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We have no purpose.
Right? So we have to
So we have to invent tragedies.
And it's
for
mostly
ourselves.
empty nesters, ladies that don't have kids, and you're trying to figure out, exactly find purpose in your life.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't have a $9,000 chair in my house as a kid. I had my uncle's
No.
Barca Lounger that he would ask me to hop up on. you
Sure.
know, and not tell anybody about later.
I'm looking at her mom's book that came out
Her
in
mom wrote a book?
2018. She's an opera singer. She wrote an autobiography in 2018. And it follows her life and then talks about her two daughters that one is ADHD and one has Asperger's.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, she's in the public eye, right? So she wrote this book in 2018.
Yeah, the opera singer, the mom. I didn't know that actually.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they're not like, and like you're saying, they have $9,000 chairs. They have 3,000. They're not.
A lot of people though just spend all of their money on chairs and then nothing else. So
Yeah.
they could have lived in a one-bedroom apartment.
I guess.
And some people say it's better to have nice chairs than no place to sit.
Right.
And I also think that Teddy Roosevelt said that as well.
Was it Teddy?
I think so. Next up, a man whose farts kill mosquitoes hired to create mosquito repellents made from his intestinal gas.
I think I know this person.
You do. You do. His name is Steve Whithausen. No, I'm kidding.
North Kids.
Look, man, the 48-year-old from Uganda claims he was signed by a repellent company to create the product and claims no one in his village has ever gotten malaria because his farts kill mosquitoes out to 6 miles. That would make the fallout zone of his ass larger than the bomb that destroyed Hiroshima.
Correct, yeah.
So a local barber stated, because we obviously need somebody, when Joe is around, we all know that mosquitoes will vanish. He is respectful of people around him and will only fart when there are mosquitoes around, which bring malaria. His farts get rid of this disease. Boy, if there were more men like him out there.
Gosh, I don't know which
great.
one I would choose.
Smelling his fart or getting malaria. I would go with malaria, I think. Malaria goes away in a couple days, right?
No. I think you have malaria for life.
You do and
Pretty
you
bad,
don't.
and you
Again,
definitely die from it,
not
right?
a scientist, but I would be willing to wager, that if this guy's farts kill mosquitoes, or have somebody else is vouching for this, I would not want to smell. I wouldn't want that caught in my mind forever. That smell. You know,
I can't even I'm smelling it right now.
smell is the strongest sense we have right now, Jesse.
It's true.
Malaria.
The strongest sense. What do you mean?
That's memory wise. That's what we.
It's the sense most closely tied to memory. That's
Yep.
right.
And we hold on to that forever. I don't want the memory of this Ugandan guy's fart inside my mind for the rest of my life. Now, malaria, pop a couple pills, I'm out of there. Have some weird dreams.
Is that how it works? Malaria?
Yeah.
Oh.
About 500,000 people a year die from malaria, but it's primarily in countries where they don't have access to medicine.
To the pills, yeah. So if you get the pills, it's just, you start hallucinating. You have some weird dreams. You sweat it out. Usually stuff a lime in your mouth.
Maybe I need some malaria. I need something like a sickness, a flu.
Yeah.
I need to be in captivity or something for a couple weeks.
For what
I
exactly?
just need to de-bloat. I need to lose you know what I mean? I just need malaria would do that, right? You definitely shit a lot.
Yeah,
right?
and you sweat it out.
Yeah.
You shit and sweat. So.
You probably can't eat, can't hold down food probably. That's what I need. Or I need to be kidnapped for 3 weeks.
Wow.
Nothing sexual, weird, anything like that. Just keep me in a cage and do not let me eat. And I don't care, when they or the kids in the cave, when they come out.
Yeah.
They're so skinny. Anyway.
Baby Jessica
just gonna
lost
have
a
a
couple
distended
pounds in that
stomach.
well.
Oh, I don't want that. What if I just what if they give me water, a bunch of water,
Tapeworm.
and tiny bits of food? What if they put me in
Crumbles.
a cage and just?
You realize you could just go on Survivor, right?
No, because then I have to do competitions and stuff.
No, you could bomb out and just be like, look, I hurt my leg or...
Yeah, but
Yeah,
then
why
I
don't you
won't-
just go get lost in the woods for a couple weeks? Where
Yeah.
GPS will come find you in 3 weeks.
We'll find you when you're ready to be found.
Because I want to be indoors. Like, I don't want to be cold.
Sure.
Take a tent.
Yep.
I could still be cold in a tent. Right?
Yeah, I guess.
Like, I need to be like in like a some kind of climate controlled like basement. That's fine.
Okay. So you're talking about some like the girls who were chained up in Cleveland's more your style, I think.
Yeah, but was there sexual stuff there?
There was.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, like, I don't want anything like that.
You never get kidnapped and there isn't sexual stuff going on.
I know, it's so true,
It's
huh?
very rare. It's very rare. So is this guy's farts.
Sorry. But
And,
yeah.
I mean, he's doing all right.
He's
For
fine,
himself, he's a local hero.
but the rest of the people
He
around
really
him
is, it seems like.
have to live with that guy. Like, how do you marry that guy? Knowing one of those is going to creep up in the middle of the night at some point.
Well, I guess if your options are malaria with no access to medicine or this guy,
You go with that guy.
I guess,
All right.
right? I mean, what do you do?
How much would somebody have to pay you, Dan, to strap on a fart mask and just let him just squeeze one out
That's
right
not
in there?
what you would have to do. It kills the mosquitoes around.
I understand that. I'm just this is a personal fun question.
Ugh.
Just to go, just like Jackass. Remember when
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yep.
Preston
That was
did
like
that?
that was the worst.
Oh yeah, Steve-O threw up inside the
I don't think there's any amount of money
Yeah.
that
to take that down.
I don't care enough about money to do that.
Is it
Yeah.
Uganda? Because it sounds kind of racist right now.
Why
is
is
it
that?
just Uganda?
That
'Cause
what?
he's from Uganda.
For me,
or-
no. I don't
you
want to smell anyone's parts. That's weird.
I don't mind my own, to be honest with you.
Everybody likes their own brand. That's
No,
what Austin Powers
I
used
don't.
to say.
I don't.
You
need
don't?
To, no, I don't need to smell that. Same.
It's not
if
like you
I'm-
don't. It's not like you need to, but it's like doesn't bother you.
Same
you know?
if you're taking a shit. It's just like, I'm good. Like, there's other people who get off on it. You know, that's a fetish.
Cardi
not me.
B likes it, I guess.
She doesn't
don't
get
care.
farted on?
No, she likes to smell her own farts.
Cardi B. Oh, the rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she was also
Well.
a stripper too. So, let's face it. If there's anybody in this life who's seen it all, it's probably her. You know.
Yeah.
Next up, pest controllers in New York accidentally create new breed of super rat. The pest controllers created rodents that have evolved to evade attempts to kill and capture them, experts have said after years of deployed more and more sophisticated traps. The rats, well, they've left apparently have traits that make them harder to trap. That's not really that big of a surprise.
No, it's selective breeding,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah. That's going on in Michigan with these wolves, too.
Really?
Yep. There's a new super breed of a weird strain of wolf that's going around up
Is
there.
it Michael J. Fox?
No.
Like, how much do they shake on a scale from 1 to 10?
The wolves?
Yeah.
I mean, it's cold up there. So, yeah, it's an 8. It's an 8 or a 9 in Michigan, I would say.
Is that the level of shake? Wait, what?
I would
Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf.
No, I know.
Yeah.
So,
Jesse only knows Teen Wolf of Jason Bateman. So,
No, I don't.
Yeah. You're the only. You go T2.
No, I don't.
You go T2 or nothing.
You don't-
T-dub 2.
you don't know T1 with the cock out in the gym?
I do know that one.
All
What are you
right.
talking about? I do
Just-
know it.
We're just curious. If
The
you
best
say
extra.
T-dub 2,
If that guy's still alive, we need to get him on.
who? Jason Bateman? He is.
No, the
The extra who pulled out his dick?
I love Jason Bateman, by
me
the way.
too
So do I.
so much.
I know.
He's like a funny Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd's hilarious.
Come on, man.
Debatable for sure.
Really?
Yeah. Like sometimes he really is. Yeah.
There's no way that's a debate with Paul Rudd.
Maybe you're right.
Don't
pop on
kowtow
that.
to him. Fuck him.
Pop on
No.
that.
I'm trying to. I'm thinking of stuff that he's done. But yeah, I would say Bateman 100% is 10
Anchorman?
million. Anchorman, he was actually not funny. To be honest, he was way over the top.
Time to musk up.
But he was way over the top
Sex
on that.
Panther.
Come on. He was great
Yeah.
in that.
Did you think he was funny in that?
No.
Really?
To me, he's a lot like Seth Rogen. Like, he seems like he's funny, but none of the stuff he says is actually funny. When he's ranting, that's funny. Like that rant he does in I Love You, Man at the beginning when they're at the fucking coffee shop.
Yeah.
About,
When he's the straight man in the story, I think he's funny.
yeah.
Okay.
But when
if
he's
the
trying to
lead-
be funny,
if
no.
he's the lead, like This Is
think
40
he's-
was terrible.
Yeah, I think you're right.
In real life, though, check him out on the Hot Ones podcast and then tell me. It's
No,
on
he's a
YouTube.
funny dude. I just don't think.
Yeah,
the
like you could
roles he
tell if you
plays-
hung out with him, it'd be a funny hang, right?
Oof, Paul, I am with
But he
you.
needs to be in the right thing.
I
But
love
I
you,
will
Paul.
say Bateman across the board, you know that I love Bateman.
Yeah, you do.
Bateman gets credit for being on one of the best shows of all time, which is Arrested Development.
Sure.
That's one of the most well-written sitcoms ever.
I would have said the Hogan Family, but to each his own.
Pardon me?
The Hogan
reality
Family?
show?
No.
Hogan Knows Best?
Yeah. You remember the Hogan Family?
Oh, he was on that, huh?
Yeah. As a kid.
I thought it was Silver Spoons.
No, that's...
Show me that's mine. Wrong
show altogether,
Sorry
but
Wrong
R.I.P. Richard T. Stabone.
Yeah, Bateman every day.
Yeah,
I'm
all
a
day. No, with this rat problem they have, like, dude, this is happening actually in a bunch of animals. In Michigan with the wolves and other places where it's just like, you know.
So because they're trying to, whatever they're using to get rid of them, because they're becoming immune to it, it's making them super rats?
Not necessarily immune, but they're figuring out, like, the higher intelligence level rats are figuring out how to avoid that shit.
Okay.
So now through selective breeding, because the dumber rats aren't breeding because they're getting murdered, there's only super smart rats. So basically we're looking at Master Splinter 10, 15 years tops.
Yes.
Here's the real problem.
We don't have real live Ninja Turtles.
That is the problem. Not the one I was going to suggest.
Say?
Okay.
Can you imagine? Like, you go to a Halloween party and they show up and you're like, God damn, that is the best costume I've ever seen.
They're like,
And
what?
the dude's just like eating a whole head of lettuce and a cheese pizza. And you're like, wait a minute.
Wait.
Are you who I thought you were?
And like will not break character at all. Very realistic.
And you're like, take that mask off, dude. I got to see how you did this makeup.
You're like, dude, this is movie quality tapping on the show.
It's not a mask.
And it's the real Ninja Turtles. Yeah. We're close on that too.
Oh my gosh, I would love that.
The real problem here is that now, so there's going to be these super smart rats, but chances are over time they will all be directly related, right?
Oh, so it'll be like inbred super rats?
So there's going to be inbred. So you're talking about very intelligent rats with a whole army underneath them of retard strength rats.
Yes. My favorite kind.
Yeah. So it's going to be a problem.
Oh, yeah.
At some point.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have to start getting more karate instructors out there. Opening up dojos to teach the turtles, too. Because I think we're going to need a lot more turtles than
Are we going to need
4.
to start another nonprofit, animal-based nonprofit?
Probably.
Because we have that one that teaches deer not to walk on the road.
Yes. The other one we're working on is karate instructors for turtles. Very passionate about that.
You got to get them while
Very
they're young,
passionate about
though.
that.
Yeah,
You know what else we're passionate about? Ghost beds from ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. Right now they're doing a flash sale. It's starting literally right now. 25% off everything in the fucking store, I think. It's everything. But I said this on Ross Patterson Revolution as well. I think it's everything, and then you go there and you're like, what? I think it's fucking everything, though, dude. 25% off.
At the very least, it's 50% off of an adjustable base, which is their biggest ticket item.
Let's see. Let me
That's something
double
that you
check
just have
this.
to do now.
It's everything. Shit. That's crazy, man.
Everything's 25% off?
Every
25%
single
off.
thing on ghostbed.com
Even
is
if you're
25%
like a civilian
off.
dum-dum?
Now, yes, for everyone.
Oh, wow.
Military, civilian, fucking first responders, everyone. 25% off everything. I'm not even going to read the 15% off for military and first responders forever. You don't need that. Now it's 25% off everything
know, but yeah.
in the entire store. Holy shit. I have to fucking buy another bed for somebody. I'm going to do this. Sorry. Just thought about that out loud.
You're buying a bed for someone?
We'll talk about it offline.
That I don't know?
Jesse, yeah. It's
Not the drama that I pulled Ghost Bed
for my
into, right?
friend. No,
Oh,
not that
okay,
at all,
good.
dude. Not about your banger sister. That's what I named the episode. You can check that out.
What happened?
On Ross Patterson Revolution, we talked about Jesse's got a
Tiff and
banger
I-
sister.
What's
Right.
a banger sister?
Have you ever seen the movie Banger Sisters with Susan Sarandon and
Is it like
Goldie
an
Hawn?
Eskimo brother?
No, it's like Susan Sarandon. They were friends when they were younger, like fuck shit up, and it was like ridiculous. And then one of them got their shit together, has like a husband and family and whatever. And Goldie Hawn is the train wreck, rock and roll, whatever. Comes back and tries to fuck with Susan Sarandon's life. But I mean, they do it in a cute, funny way that like she's actually teaching Susan Sarandon how to live. But really, in real life, it's just tragic.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I have someone that
Anyways, Jesse's got somebody that does that, and then wets. She used to date a guy who wet the bed all the time. And she said,
my friend from when I was 16 has moved here.
Oh.
And I don't want anything to do with it, but she's like a banger sister. She's still like doing it, still living the life, right? Yeah.
Wait, but this is the most important
The
part.
most important part is that she's like, and she's also doing stuff like dating guys that pee the bed literally every night.
There we go. Just trying to
That's a
fast forward to
real
that.
serial killer trait, by the way.
That's what I said.
That's what I told him, because obviously I know the profile. But I think it was a drunken thing, like so he would get wasted every night that he would pee the bed.
Every single night, though, he
So
pissed the
she's
bed.
laying
That's
in
a lot of.
So they broke up.
She's laying in a puddle of her ex's pee
Piss every single
every
night.
night.
And what's her name?
Can't
No.
say that out loud.
Banger
but
sister.
I will say this.
Because you want to talk to her? Or?
Imagine sleeping on that mattress every night, and you've got to smell your ex-lover's piss every single night.
Yep.
So anyways, I said to her, like, she kind of threw this information as I was walking away, and I was like, hey, like, one of our sponsors is GhostBed. Like, I think I can get you.
Dumb.
So I brought GhostBed into my drama, my banger sister drama, basically.
Shouldn't.
But
So
I think they would be cool with it. I think they're cool with it.
If you do have a banger sister out there, now's the time. They got 25% off everything in the entire store. Pillows, mattresses, adjustable bases. This is a flash sale. Warning. Warning. You've got to get a mattress now. Get all your shit right now. Go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today and do it, dude. My God, that's a monstrous sale. I'd go into the rest of it, but there's no reason. 36-month pay-as-you-go program. That still works for that. You need 25% off and then fucking pay-as-you-go program on top of it? Shit. Living the motherfucking good life there, son. Next up, having a best friend improves survival rates in monkeys by up to 11%.
It makes sense.
The study was conducted on 319 female monkeys in Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
They have their own fucking problems there with water and shit, and you're going to study monkeys and their friendships? Come on, man. I mean, it's a cute story and all, but fucking who really doesn't depend on a best friend?
When Ross starts talking about science, it's awesome.
I mean, Jesus Christ, man.
They have their
We
own
need
problems
water.
with water.
Yeah, from the hurricane. It's just, the electricity's still off. We need water.
Well,
even though it's
I
there, we've given it to them.
People who do research on monkeys probably don't have anything to do with the water. Would be my guess. Like Jane,
damn it,
Jane
man.
Goodall's not. building
she's
wells
not.
and shit.
She's in no way equipped to deal with the water crisis.
Well, here's the thing. The government is, and that they're probably responsible for the funding. I would have said, hey, man, we just had a historic hurricane. We're trying to restore power and water. We're going to have to chill on the monkey funding for
Monkey
couple of
friendships. Okay.
Because the government gets together and they're like, all right, great. Whew, how do we pull ourselves up by the bootstraps here? What do we cut out of the budget? Now that monkey program, is
Probably not government funded, but yeah.
Is it best friends? What do we study? So the monkeys are best friends and we're studying them? No, keep that in. The water thing. Oh, we can still work on that for a while.
These are all female monkeys. I wonder what
Yeah, exactly.
what does it mean to be a best friend in the female community?
I think it would be stronger in men, to be honest with you. Women hate each other.
Yeah, but I always thought that women needed more like social connection than men did. Like I always feel like you guys are like, oh, fine, just being home and doing whatever,
We watched
hanging out with your friends every once in a while, whereas girls need to like talk to their friends all the time, be social more. I don't know.
We watched this Eliza Schlesinger.
Yeah, she's funny.
Yeah, we watched her last stand-up special last night. She was talking about this, how women hate each other. She was like, for dudes, you could say fucked up shit to one another all day long. It was exactly what she said in her stand-up, and then that's just how it is. But it's like, oh, man, he's a big dummy. And,
he's so stupid. I fucking hate him, actually. But we're best friends.
Right.
Right. This is my dude.
Yeah, and I think it's different
ugly,
for men
stupid.
and women. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I think this number is probably higher in dudes.
And this was just in women that they did the...
Yes.
Or just in, sorry.
Female
Yeah.
monkeys.
Female.
Here's the problem with all this, though.
Puerto Rico needs water?
No.
Nope.
Monkeys are monkeys, right? There's like 6 things that they do.
Yeah.
We have best friends like Jared Taylor,
Sure.
who will almost definitely get us all killed at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably this weekend.
So,
Yeah.
if you're doing the study with like our group,
There's
probably
no
be
way.
like, it will be more beneficial for you to not have this certain best friend that you have. Jared.
I mean,
Maybe.
it's good, bad.
Yeah.
Right? You might die, but
You're gonna have a good time.
You're definitely gonna have a good time.
Yeah, that's
You just
true.
might die.
You might die.
Yeah.
I think this number is probably higher in dudes, but either way, Puerto Rico. What I don't want to see is a story pop up in another year, and say that you did this study on dudes before you have
Fixing
water
the
for your
water.
people. Yeah, from the hurricane and proper electricity. Just throwing that out there.
Just throwing that out.
Just cute little notes from me to Uzis, you know? Again. And if you do have a best friend out there around the holidays that you're spending all your time with, probably die with, very Grey Gardens-ish, you should get him a bottle of Luke Belaire from lukebelaire.com, LUCBELAIRE.com/Drinkin Bros. This is it, kids, right here on the desk. Jamie, did you go to one? Goddamn right you did. Goddamn right you did. This is all you need for the holidays. Show up at a friend's house, lover's house, ex-lover's house. Ooh. Maybe trying to get a little Christmas puss. Hey, Charlene, it's me, Dave. Just let me in. Just let me get a little piece. It's Christmas. It's cold outside. I need a little piece. Oh, I need a little piece, Charlene. You better not show up without a fucking bottle of Luke Belaire in your hands, Dave. That's all I'm saying. You want to try to get some Christmas pussy, dude? That's the only thing that's going to do it is some Luke Belaire from lukebelaire.com/Drinkin Bros. Shit's fucking the best in the biz, dude. Now it's 30% off, which knocks it down to $26. Don't show up at holiday parties without it, exes' houses without it, your mammies, your Grammys' houses without it. Just buy it. They got the #1 rosé in the world, which is true. You see Rick Ross drinking this shit all the time. I love it.
I'm going to a holiday party while you guys are gone.
Are you? Mm-hmm. Where?
Don't worry about it, but I am bringing Luke Belaire.
Are you really? Mm-hmm. You fucker. You're going to drink it without me?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
All night long.
Oh, Charlene, just give me a little piece. Let me see a little tit. I just need to see a tit on Christmas. Oh, please, Charlene, show me a little piece of the labia.
Liquid his mouth.
Your labia. Show me one labia. Show me one lip. Dave, you got any of that Luke Belaire? No. You get no lab then, Dave. No lab for Dave.
I like how the woman's voice is deeper than yours.
Well, she's probably from Florida, so she smokes a lot.
Okay.
Next up, YouTube bans malicious insults and veiled threats. Ooh. Our show will be banned then in about 15 minutes. Are we live now, Jamie? You are. Surprising after everything I just said. YouTube will no longer allow videos that will maliciously insult someone based on protected attributes such as race, gender identity, or sexuality. Whew. Man.
I'm good with this in principle.
You are?
But just because the comments section.
How do you know it's not a joke, though, is my
Well,
question.
that's the real problem, right?
Yeah.
Like, all good comedians push the line all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and who's to say what's what do you have to be a protected class?
That's what I understand. We just watched a special on. They had that woman from YouTube on 60 Minutes the other night. Actually, this Sunday, and she was talking about banned videos, and they were interviewing on them of like, all right, why is this banned versus the other thing? Mm. And it's one person's opinion over another who is viewing these videos and making the decisions. You're walking a real fine line here at this point. And, the other thing that popped up today, and, Dan typically writes the news the night before, and this just popped up right before we went on air, actually, is they were saying the YouTube is over party. That was trending on Twitter because...
YouTube is over?
Yes. And the reason being is the fines they got for marketing to kids and advertising to kids. Now, we know this because we've made an aggressive push into video this year, trying to monetize on YouTube, also trying to do the Rogan model of getting your podcast out to a bigger audience. We were demonetizing a lot of videos to start with, mostly the 6 months of the year, right? The Alex Jones one got nuked at $100,000 even, or 100,000 views even. They nuked it. I mean, it went to 21 views the next day. Like, that's where we're at with that. Then all of our monetized or demonetized videos got remonetized, and now the thing today was they were saying was with the kids videos that were targeted to them and they were advertising to them, the government came in and fined YouTube a bunch of money for that. Now they're taking away these content creators videos when they were pushed to do kid videos, where YouTube for a while was going towards kids only because that was the most money and you don't have to worry about swearing and everything else. Now the YouTube is over party trend that's been going on Twitter today is saying, now you guys are cowtailing, and I say cowtailing, to late night hosts and things like that who are more vulgar and everything else. And it's like, to me, it seems to keep changing. And with this story that you brought up today, what is YouTube going to be able to monetize for what, why, when, where? And what would be the incentive for people going forward in the future to make videos, Jesse?
The incentive to make videos?
Yeah, because if you don't know the rules.
I mean, look, it's just going to be, if you're a YouTuber, like those annoying fucking people that are just straight YouTuber, super positive, makeup or whatever people.
Yeah.
I think it'll just be them at some point, right?
But if you look at the highest grossing ones on YouTube, besides the kid who opens toys, which, shit, I don't know what they're going to do with him because you're literally just luring kids into buying those fucking toys, which is the ultimate end-all, be-all product placement advertising to children. That kid's face is on fucking boxes inside Toys R Us.
I'm not sure what the actual
Toys R Us was
thing is with advertising to kids, though, because there is like YouTube Kids.
There is YouTube Kids, but this is just YouTube as a whole.
So, yeah.
So, with the advertising, man, I don't know. And now with this shit, how are you, if you're a comedian, how are you going to, who's making that decision at the end of the day? Who say, hey, man.
It looked like on that 60-minute piece that they were trying to not, like, walk that line of freedom of speech and making sure that, like you're saying, people, there's not racist fucking assholes on here, right?
Sure.
It sounds like they're trying to do it. It's almost impossible, but that's what it sounded like they wanted to do.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the problem is that you have to, they have to use an algorithm.
Yeah, so it can't just be someone sitting there.
Yeah, because there's too many.
This person's horrible.
Videos. So it's going to be keywords.
Right.
And all keywords are not created equally.
Yeah.
Like you can say fucked up shit that's funny, or you can say fucked up shit that's mean. And they don't sound the same in context, but if it's just an algorithm picking out small keywords, they do sound the same.
Right. If you just read a sentence.
Are you talking about voice or reading the keywords? Sorry to interrupt.
Both.
Okay.
Yeah. Because there's no way, I mean, even with all the employees that they have, there's no way that they have someone to watch every video and be like okay, this one.
If we made a video that just said JT is a fat hot dog eating dummy, that would get pulled down, even though he jokes like that.
He says that.
Really?
It's like,
yeah.
No shit.
I mean, theoretically, if they applied this the way it's meant to be applied, then yes.
Sure. Fuck, man.
I mean, this whole thing kind of
even
started with Crowder,
stuff
right?
Would be problematic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you were just talking shit about yourself, the algorithm's going to pick that up. It doesn't know you're talking about yourself.
Yikes. We say horrific
If you just
things.
said, like, I'm just a fucking dumb white dude, what do I know? That should get flagged and booted.
Jesse said she wanted to be fucking kidnapped earlier and not sexually assaulted, kidnapped.
I know, not sexually assaulted, though.
Right. We're going to get pulled down for that, James. So.
He just said he was a dumb white guy.
Yeah. We're going to get pulled down for that, too.
Okay, well, it's not my fault.
No, but I look at this like, you take Donnie O'Malley's movie, A Grunt's Life, right? It was banned from Amazon. What if he wanted to put this up on YouTube for sale? Because that is an option and every studio does it, right?
Yeah.
You can buy any one of my movies that I've ever made. The studio puts them on YouTube. They're for rent. So is that a cheat code behind the paywall and something like that? How does that work? Like, I don't know how any of this is going to fucking work, to be honest with you.
I don't either. I don't know how you apply the spirit of that law.
I don't either.
Without just fucking a lot of stuff up.
It's weird. It's weird. Look, speaking of A Grunt's Life, that is out right now. Donnie O'Malley. Jamie, can you catch that poster behind Dan? Is that in frame by any chance?
Not much of it.
A little bit. How big is Donnie's dick in that movie?
He's got a respectable dick.
Does he really?
Yeah.
I heard it's a hog, yeah.
He's got a fucking hog on him. Huh?
I heard.
Good for him. Good for Donnie. Good for his new movie, man. It's killing. Everybody loves this goddamn thing. It's out everywhere. Donnie is obviously on the show. He's a friend of the show. Go to agruntslife.com. Check out Donnie's movie. Go to vettv.com and just subscribe. It's all veteran-made TV shows and movies, and it's $5. It's $5 a month. So
Yeah, it's a good deal.
rather than spend it on Apple TV and their bullshit shows, you might as well hop on over there and see the most fucked up shit on the planet.
He's a funny little weirdo.
I love him.
Mm-hmm.
Weird as shit.
Weird as shit for sure.
I like it.
Love Donnie though. Great fucking dude. For real. Every time he's around, like, it's just I enjoy Donnie and I have a great time with him. He's just an awesome fucking dude. I did not know he had a hog on him though. I'd have made him pull it out on the show.
Look, I mean,
He wouldn't have been the first guy.
To ask him to pull his dick out.
Yeah, that's right.
Ray Care pulled his dick out on the show once.
That's right.
But we're on episode, including fake news and Too Buzz to Airs and shit, probably somewhere in the 560s.
Mm-hmm.
We only had one person pull their dick out on the show. Well, two, episode 100, obviously. But he used that dick for the show to have sex with someone.
Sure.
I would have had Donnie pull his dick out. Would he pull his dick out on the show?
I'm sorry?
Would Donnie have pulled his dick out on the show?
On our show?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, I didn't know that. That would have been great. Male nudity makes me endlessly laugh. And the reason why I keep harping on Donnie's dick is you can see it multiple times in A Grunt's Life. So rent the movie, yeah. Ooh, Jesse, I'm out of town this weekend. Easy.
No, I'm going to be partying.
Yeah, watching A Grunt's Life?
No, I'm going to parties.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I didn't know if you'd just be freeze framing on Donnie's dick.
Nah.
Okay.
How long does something have to be considered a party?
8.5 inch. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. What? 8.5 inches?
Oh, how long does a
A
what do
party
you
have
mean
to be?
something?
An hour?
event.
2 hour?
Oh, how long does an event have to be considered a party?
Yeah, I'm just wondering because you don't last that long.
What are you talking about?
At parties, Jesse.
How would you know? We haven't partied in a long time, Dan.
Yeah. You hung with us last time.
Did I?
For a while, yeah.
Not that long. Wait, did I?
It was 4 hours.
4 hours?
4 hours for Jabes, yeah.
Yeah, but none of these this weekend are going to be that long. Not even close.
How do you know? Do you know which party I'm going to?
I don't need to know. I know you.
Well, James.
What did he say one time? Everyone's annoyed with your drinking problems or whatever.
Yeah, that you can't drink.
Your drinking
I don't
is
mind
annoying everyone.
The opposite of it is the crying girl with mascara down the face.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck you.
Right?
Look, your friend makes more money.
I lived and learned.
Yeah.
I mean,
Grew up.
I'll drink one too many glasses of wine sometimes, but try not to be the crying girl in the corner.
Proud of you, Jabes. Proud of you.
I think I'm going to go that route.
Which one?
Crying girl in the corner.
You should,
Oh my God,
dude.
if you got so drunk one time that you were crying, I would my whole idea of heaven and hell would be
Yep.
completely
Why
mixed
is that?
up.
Why is that?
I don't know. Like that I can't even picture that happening.
If you had mascara
Ever.
on and you were just crying,
Yeah.
dude, just drunk
in
and
the
crying.
corner, but like really crying.
A lot of people compare Dan to Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec, and that's correct.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've seen Dan so fucked up that he threw up.
Oh, yeah, big time.
When
See,
we
but,
were
like,
at a bar.
I've never seen that.
Here's the thing, though.
He's never been that drunk around me ever.
It was exactly like you pictured Dan to throw up. He threw up,
Right,
and then
and
just
just went
turned and finished and had a conversation
right
with
back
me,
to
and
the
like nothing happened.
conversation.
Like nothing
Well, I
fucking
took a
happened.
sip.
Damn it.
I took a sip of my Tito's and soda, swished it around and spit it out, and then chugged the rest of it, put it down, and turned back around to him and started talking again.
And had a conversation exactly in this voice.
Yep.
Yep.
But he didn't sound like
Nope.
really that
Dead
drunk or
serious.
anything.
That was it. And I asked his brother, because I think your brother was with us.
Yeah. I didn't eat much that day. That was the problem.
And
That's what girls
I
say.
talked to your brother, and I was like, hey, man, is this normal? And he goes, oh, yeah, that's normal. I'll just have a conversation with you. That's it. I was like, fuck, man. Next up, former NBA player fined for not showing proper respect to the Chinese flag. Gershon Yabusele. Probably not saying that right.
That's a hell of a name, though.
Isn't it? Like Nelson Bodaloo. Can I buy a fucking consonant in there somewhere, Holmes? A former Boston Celtic who now plays for the Chinese Basketball Association's Nanjing Monkey Kings. Big fan of the Monkey Kings.
Yeah, same.
Was fined $1,400 for not looking at the flag while they played their anthem. China doesn't allow any disrespect towards anything, really, so they kind of nut-tapped the NBA earlier this year
For
on
the
that whole
LeBron
fucking
shit,
LeBron shit and the
Well,
Rockets
the
shit.
Rockets GM saying he supported fucking Hong Kong or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. And then LeBron saying, hey.
What's wrong with that, though? As far as China can...
I don't care.
Right.
I don't care either. And like this whole thing with not looking at the flag for Chinese basketball, like I'm not really shocked by that. And if you play there, you're going to have to play by their fucking rules. I mean, it's no different than playing in the NFL here if you want to, from another country and you're like...
But China in particular.
Yeah. But it's classic China, right?
Yeah, it's communist like
That's
craziness.
what that shit is, yeah, man. And like, dude, if you think China's rad and
I don't.
everything's awesome, then hey, this is another coal on that fire where it's just like, well, it's China for you. Don't look at the flag. Probably be drug out in some rice patties and fucking whipped later. That's still going?
That doesn't sound that bad, to be honest.
Really?
Whipped on some
You ever
rice
been whipped?
patties.
With a bamboo
No.
stick?
No.
Who was that kid? Remember that kid who
Caned kid?
got
In
caned?
Yes. A member?
Singapore, yeah.
Singapore, yeah. For
Remember that?
graffiti.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he got caned in in front of the town and all that shit, and the parents
Yeah.
were like, no, don't do this. Looking back on that now, it's like, hey man, you fucking spray painted the walls and shit. Like we should
Michael
probably cane people over
Fay
here.
was
Yeah.
his name.
Yeah.
I mean, at the time, yeah, it was like, holy shit.
He got hit 6 times. Singapore doesn't fuck around though. If you show up,
And
at
you
the
should know that.
If you show up at the Singapore airport and you've got like a tiny bit of weed
Mm-hmm.
in your bag, death sentence. Literally, it's the death penalty for
Is
trying
that
to
what that
import drugs
movie
there.
is with Claire Danes? Remember that one?
Oh yeah,
The
fuck.
Paradise one?
Yeah.
You don't remember it? And she got like a fucking bug in her ear and the thing?
What was the one with Vince Vaughn too in Joaquin Phoenix?
Same.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah, and he got
Joaquin
hung?
Phoenix, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
It was a crazy fucking movie.
Crazy movie. Is it Paradise?
Weird shit goes on over there, bro. You know, not surprising whatsoever. But you know, if you come back to the States, America values freedom.
Return Paradise.
Yeah, Return to Paradise. That was it.
Paradise was that one. And then, yeah, go. Sorry, go.
No, it's fine.
They were also in Clay Pigeons together that same year.
Clay Pigeons. Yes.
With Janine Garofalo, who is not in any way annoying.
Nope. Nope. She keeps it 100. The kids say. Speaking of keeping it 100, so does BlackRifleCoffee.com. Promo code Drinkin' Bros 20. No, is it? Yeah, it's Drinkin' Bros 20.
Yep.
Drinkin' Bros 20 gets you 20% off there. They got all of their new Christmas apparel and hats, hoodies.
They've got a bunch of new mugs too.
Everything, dude. Everything. I wish you had a new mug. You know?
fucked
Go to
up,
blackriflecoffee.com. Promo code Drinkin' Bros 20. If you're not a member of their coffee club, you should sign up ASAP Rocky because you get all this shit before it actually comes out. The Evans new hat is my favorite. It's my fave.
There's a lot of nice stuff going on over there.
Tons, man. They fucking do it. I tried to use my own promo code on Evan's hat. Full disclosure, and they said no, it's not available for this product.
Broke Down Palace. That's what it is. Sorry.
Broke Down Palace. There she is.
Sorry.
If you're following along at home, it only took her 16 minutes to find that on Google. Next up, Harvey Weinstein reaches a $25 million settlement with his victims. So over the 30 women who have accused him of sexual wrongdoing, they'll get a little less than $500,000.
Well, not even that much really, because out of this, in total, I think there was about $47 million that he ended up paying.
Mm-hmm.
But out of this $25 million, this final judgment, something like $12 million, which is right around half, goes towards paying the legal fees of him and his brother and some other employees of his company.
Okay. So the production company had an insurance that's paying the $25 million?
It's not even him paying it. It's the insurance company, yeah.
Well, look, a lot of you at home will be like, hey, man, that's probably a pretty legit insurance policy. Production insurance, you can get as high as you want and make it as crazy as you possibly want. I mean, the premiums are really fucking high. But if you're a studio the size of the Weinsteins, like as big as it was back in the day, you probably should get it for all of this shit and including deaths. Because the next thing you know, you got a, one of those Brandon Lee sitches on your hand where somebody gets killed, or that happens a lot. Crew members get killed, electrocuted, that type of shit. And man, this isn't surprising that he's got an insurance policy that covers this.
No, of course not. But
it's
I don't.
just sort of like.
This only goes through, by the way, if all of the victims sign on to it, and I think I read that one of them has already rejected it.
One, but I can tell you this: the other lawyers are probably saying, "Hey, man, you better get this before bankruptcy and all that other shit files. Just take some money and get the fuck over with this."
But is he gonna pull an OJ and not pay?
I don't know. I don't know, man.
Or it's in the insurance, so it's definitely there.
Have you seen him lately, by the way?
OJ?
No. Weinstein.
No,
OJ looks great. Weinstein looks like he's fucking dying.
He might be.
They said he's getting surgery
for
this
what?
week for
Probably
something back. Yes. Well, you're right, but they're saying back issue related, but who knows what it really is. But I saw a picture of him going into court the other day. He looked fucking like he was going to die.
Like skinny or just
No, just
like when people look sick.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 He also could have hired some special effects makeup artist to do some shit on him. Who knows?
Hey, I would not put it past this Jim.
Remember when Cosby showed up and he was blind, like magically blind at his trial? And it was just like,
Is
hey,
that
man.
magic?
I don't know. He had like contacts in that looked like cataracts, and he was carrying a cane, and somebody was holding him, going into court every day, and it was just
I mean, he played it up for sure. But
remember when Suge Knight rolled in a wheelchair at his?
Smart.
Yeah.
Oh, like that guy, the devil next door, remember?
Yeah. But he
pulled that shit too. He was
older. The first time, he was fucking around. The second time, he ended up dying. So that one probably was legit.
Right, but he was still walking around and shit. And then when they finally came to get him, he's like, ugh.
Yeah, they have camera footage of him like 45 minutes before they picked him up.
Like full on walking around.
He's like picking up shit out of the car and taking it inside. And then when they get there, he's just like Terry Schiavo'd out. And
yeah,
fucking,
he Schiavo'd, dude.
Schiavo'd?
And they had to like put him in a wheelchair, and he was just like, huh.
That's a bold move to go
Totally.
Schiavo, dude.
But he needed that little bit of sympathy that might have happened. He might have gotten,
Yeah. Next up, in the last 50 weeks, 38 law enforcement officers have been shot and killed in the line of duty. None of them were nominated for the Time cover, though.
Yeah.
This number is unbelievably unacceptable. But from a pace standard, it's less than last year when a total of 47 officers were shot and killed. I don't know when this article on CNN was posted, but 2 days ago, man, did you see that shootout in Jersey City?
Yeah, actually, one of the
cops got ambushed.
One of the Drinkin Bros knows one of those guys, the one that died.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit.
That was one of the craziest. So if you look, on Twitter, there was some bystanders who were shooting footage from the outside of everybody walking in with high-powered weapons to try to nuke these guys in the store. And Jesus Christ, man. It was like a 2-hour shootout, wasn't it?
It went on for a while, yeah.
The last one I remember that long was, remember that one in L.A. where the guy had that suit? He looked like the Michelin Man, but it was made out of iron, and he robbed a bank, and then they just kept blasting away for hours and hours and hours, and he was just fucking...
What?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
It was a crazy story. What do you think is going to sum this up or change anything, Dan?
Well, I mean, honestly, it's we should always be looking at new policies that can protect people that protect us, but the point that I would rather make here is that, there's some shitbags out there. There's a handful out of the million or so sworn police officers we have. But these guys and ladies go out every single day into fucked up situations. And it's like...
they're paid shit.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
not paid well. They work very long hours.
You have to really want to serve people, right, to do it.
I wouldn't say a majority because I don't know the data, but I would say quite a few of them, their lives crumble around them because of like the long hours and all this shit and the stress, divorces, fucking estranged children, all this shit. that comes with doing a job like that. It's not very different from the
It's
military.
a sacrifice for sure.
And, you know, when somebody does something like that for you, it would be one thing if it was a high-paying job.
Mhm.
Like,
Right, you're
like
like-
if you're an athlete, people call athletes heroes all the time,
It's like
but they're getting paid a lot of money to do
they're getting
that.
compensated for everything that they do.
Right.
You know, not all police officers are heroes, I suppose. I mean, a hero is someone that does something heroic. I guess in a way you could say that that's heroic, just signing up to do that. But they all certainly deserve our respect until it's time not to respect them anymore as an individual. And we see this more, like Attorney General Barr was talking last week about removing police presences from places that don't treat their cops properly.
Right.
While I think that's a bad idea, I understand it because we have a lot of fans who are police, a lot of fans who are supporters of police, and they talk about it every single day. Like, what can we do to turn the tide back around with regard to how certain people feel about the police? Like, if I'll put it this way, if a fucking black dude robs a convenience store, there's no part of me that just automatically assumes that all black people rob convenience stores or that they're criminals or thieves or any of that shit. So if you're one of those people and you see one of the literally single handful of bullshit decisions cops make a year, probably bad cops that need to be kicked out, and you think that all the other million of them are like that, you're just like that fucking person that thinks negative stereotypes about ethnic people. Like, you're a piece of shit if you believe that, honestly.
Right.
And it's no different. So it's hard to explain that to people, especially these, like Jesse was talking about earlier, these young crowds that don't really have a war to fight. So their war is against the establishment.
Because they're told through these, like he said, handful of stories, they're told that, like, this is how it is, okay? So, like,
Yeah.
you know, go out there and do something about it. And it's like, I don't know.
You know what you can do about it is stop breaking the goddamn law.
Yeah. Yeah. But
there's some onus on the police as well. Like, if you're a police officer, I understand having your buddy's back, but if your buddy's a piece of shit, you got to get him out of there. The job is too important.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's too important for people to. It's important that job be beyond reproach, because it has to be to do the service that it's trying to do.
Sure.
Otherwise, this is what happens these days. Like, over the last 5 or 10 years, cops have been getting shot all over the place.
Yeah.
So I don't know what else to say about that.
By the way, I wanted to go back to that shooter that I was talking about. 44 minutes straight was the one in North Hollywood. They were outside the bank. There was so much ammunition fired, they had to actually go buy some from a gun store. The cops did to try to fight this off. They were in like these giant iron
Oh my God.
suits, yeah, and there was only one gap through them, and I think it was a sharpshooter that took them down. But crazy. They made a movie out of it for FX. It was crazy.
Well, you know, in Dallas, they used a robot with C4 on it. The Dallas shooter that killed 5 cops.
Yep.
Like, they basically drove a fucking bomb disposal robot up to him with C4 on it and detonated it.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, exactly. Next up, Don Lemon was speechless after Trump's Thanos meme.
Did you see the meme?
It was great. It was really funny.
It's really funny. I don't know why they were so butthurt about this.
Because you cannot. So here's the first thing when I saw this meme, right? If you haven't seen it, it is somebody from the Trump team put his head on Thanos' body and snapped his fingers, and then all of the people from the impeachment disappeared. Nancy Pelosi, all of them.
Nadler, yeah.
It was really funny, and you know, it was just a lighthearted attempt, and Trump posted it, and of course, everybody had a fucking meltdown of like, no, and the creator of Thanos called the Hollywood Reporter and said, this character was a mass murderer, how dare you, and was so offended. It's like, motherfucker, it's a meme, dude. Like, no matter what he does, that's it. He'll get buried for it.
Well, I mean, that's true, but
I didn't mind.
This isn't anything new from him.
No,
I don't know why. Like, here's what Don Lemon's point was. First of all, he was incredulous. It was like 45 seconds of like literal on-air silence, which is weird.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I mean, really? Oh,
Like you were
I
not
mean, really?
briefed in any way.
Like, come on, dude.
That's
You're
the first time you're hearing it.
If you think you're an actor,
Yeah.
you're not.
Yeah.
You suck at this.
Yeah.
The other part is he never got to a real point until the very end. He was like, yeah, do all your sophomoric memes and all this bullshit, and everybody just knows it's not real, but you know what is real? You're getting impeached or some shit like that. Like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
dumb.
Look, I also I don't mind this from presidents where it makes them seem more human and like they do shit like us. Like I remember when Obama was giving that speech at the presidential, whatever the fuck it's called, the dinner, the correspondence dinner, and he dropped the mic on stage afterwards. Yep. Like, I don't mind shit like that.
That's funny.
I don't care. You're human and you're doing the same shit that we do out at places. Like, I don't mind this. The only thing I would...
Obama got so human, he said retarded on like a late night show. Do you remember that?
Yeah. And people were pissed off about that. And it's just like, look, man, all of these people are humans. There's not really a difference. And Trump, I think Trump proved it more, and Obama. Both of them proved it more than anyone that, like, hey, man, Obama didn't have that much experience in politics.
No.
Just kind of came out of nowhere and just won, and same with Trump. And it's like, dude, all of these people are human at the end of the day. I thought it was fucking hilarious, but I also don't care about a lot of shit. So, like, even the Greta Thunberg chick, I think it's weird that a 16-year-old's like that, but whatevs, man. If that's what you want to do with your fucking time. I'm not going to beef on your nuts, you know? I'm not going to go Ugandan fart mosquito on you, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not going to clear out 6 miles. Last but not least, speaking of impeachment, the Monmouth and Quinnipiac polls show Americans don't support impeachment. We've known this for a while, but even the latest Monmouth poll, with all this bullshit, shows that 51% of Americans oppose impeachment, while 44% are in favor of it. Quinnipiac is at 51-45 in this poll. Neither of these polls have moved since the Ukraine call first broke.
Yep.
There's no new information coming in, so that's kind of it with this. Not only that, but these numbers, to me, mirror what I think the election is going to turn out to be in 2020, to be honest with you.
I think it's going to be like 50 to 46, something like that.
I got it at 53-47. Well, I know there's going to be 1% that are independent or write-ins and all this shit. So 53-46 is where I got it at. This mirrors that to me. This isn't a really that shocking of a development. The one that was I read today that, and look, take this for what it's worth, but sources are saying that Mitch McConnell plans to just acquit Trump at the trial when he's up for it, you know, on impeachment, and like instead of going through the bullshit of we're gonna vote and do Senate things and everything else, it's like at this point, man, nobody's paying attention. No one cares.
No one cares about this. I mean, here's who do care. The 51% of people who are in swing districts who don't want to see this happen. They want to have an election. All these fucking Democrats who are they're going to have a choice to make. They're either going to have to vote to impeach. This is Democrats in Congress, not in the Senate. They're going to have to vote to recommend articles of impeachment and risk getting their ass handed to them in the election, or they're going to have to go against their own party and not get the finances. Because if you go against this and you're a Democrat, a down ballot congressional Democrat, you're not going to get any funding from the DNC, I guarantee you.
So the funny thing that is going on right now behind the scenes is those 12 people who were in those swing states, the Democrats actually got together and held a separate private meeting in Washington that got leaked. Did you hear about this? They're trying to come up with a way to get out of the impeachment thing and charge Trump with something else that's less than, so that way they can...
Like to censure him instead of impeach him.
Correct. And the reason being is because they are in these swing states where they're worried about getting voted out, and they're like, is there anything else we can do? Because I don't think the impeachment thing is going to be
think this through
here. So, yeah, strange. But either way, do you think this will be over by Christmas? When are they looking into?
I don't know.
I know that's what the hope was, but
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I really don't know what's going to happen here. Honestly, if the Democrats are smart, they will censure him. But they've taken it too far now.
Yeah.
There's no.
You got to see this through.
There's no outs. I think you have to try to impeach him, but you're going to fuck your people over by doing it. You're going to fuck your people over by not doing it. If you're in a blue dog district, it would be better for you that this impeachment not happen.
Yeah.
But if you're in a fucking, if you're in a super liberal area, you have to vote. Like Barbara Lee is the only person in Congress who voted against going to Afghanistan in 2001 after the 9/11 attacks.
Mm-hmm.
She's in Oakland. She was my congresswoman for a while. She was the only person that voted against it. I think there were 2 abstentions. And she has campaigned on that ever since. Like, I'm the anti-war person.
Yeah.
With as fractured as our political discourse is these days, there are people, if you're in a liberal district, you absolutely have to push this now. Because if you back out, your fucking voter turnout is going to be shit.
But if you're in a swing state, then do these 12, do they vote against it and say, no, we shouldn't impeach, and that'll help their cause?
Well, one of them has already said that he's not going to vote for impeachment.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. But either way, I mean, the point of all this, at least if you're the DNC, the point should be to win elections so you can implant policy. We'll see. I mean, Trump, even CNN had a fucking article last week that said Trump can, despite all the impeachment shit and any other stuff that's happened, if he just runs on his economic numbers, he will absolutely get reelected.
Yes, there's no
Like,
doubt
even,
in my
even
mind.
CNN has said that at this point. So it's like, now you're just making it worse. That's why I think there's going to be a bigger gap this time than there was last time. Not just in the Electoral College, but Trump will win the popular vote by 3%,
Same, yeah.
maybe 4%.
I think so too.
That's my guess.
Lastly, before we get out of here, did the ad read for Black Rifle Coffee, and then it just popped up on my screen.
Did we do it?
We did. And I have not been to Black Rifle Coffee on this computer today. So
Yeah.
this is definitely listen to me right now.
But isn't it nice? Because then you're like,
No,
oh, coffee.
No, it's not, it creeps me out.
Oh,
No,
come
I'm
on.
I
into
did a
it.
lot of fucked
I
up
like
shit with
it.
my computer open.
It helps
so.
me, dude.
Yeah. Helps you, but it's not going to help the audience that we weren't live on YouTube today. Subscribe on Drinkin' Bros podcast YouTube. You will not be able to see Topless Stacy, but when we go live,
Sorry,
sometimes
guys.
because we can't blur out the boobs when we go live. You know what I'm saying? Sorry about it. She'll be back. She'll be back as well as we will. Maybe not next week because we got some big guests that are lined up and monster guests. If all goes as planned this weekend and next, it could be a real banger of an end of the year. But we will definitely be back with fake news for all of 2020. For D'Anthony Holloway, Jesse Wiseman, I'm Ross Patterson. This is the Drinkin' Bros Fake News. Good night, everyone.